the causes of crime?
Like people in general, I think it's something that people grow up with. It's not something like I wake up one day I'm gonna kill somebody, you know. So I think it's something that starts off as when you're young, different that type of environment that you grow up in, what you see when you're little, that's what you grew up to be. If you're around an environment where you hang out with friends that are always stealing or hurting people, just causing harm, period, you're gonna grow up with that mentality. So it's just gonna grow with you. And as you get older, it's just gonna get worse. Like today, it's supposed to be young kids, like between the ages of 15 and 18, teenagers is killing people, getting firearms, who knows where, having access to stuff that they shouldn't even have access to, you know. So I think it's just mostly the childhood, how you're brought up, and how your parents guide you to do the right things that you're supposed to do. That's what I think.
Good answer. I feel like you kind of answered this a little bit, but is it because of the community?
I don't think it has nothing to do with the community, because like my brothers, for example, like my mother tried to move out of a different community to get them away from trouble. You know, no matter where they move to, it's always the same trouble. So I think it's with the parent, how you treat your kids and how you grow up to them, the kind of morals that you give them.
So
I don't think the community has anything to do with it. You know, it doesn't matter where you go. Like places like Milton, or people think like Milton or like the suburb areas, they think like moving there is a safe place. You know, anything happens anywhere, so you can't have a certain mindset that if I move over there, I'm gonna be safe. You know, I don't think that's a mindset you should have. You know, it's if you raise your kids to grow up the way you want them to be. You know, so I'm not saying go tell them you have to do this way, or try to put stuff in their head, because some kids nowadays, like the way they are, you tell them not to do this. The more you keep on telling them don't do this, they're gonna do it. You know, give them a reason as to why. Show them the consequences of if you do this, if you go and rob a store or do something like that, what's gonna happen. And don't just keep on telling them don't do this, don't do this. The curiosity is just gonna kick in. It's gonna be like, why is my parents saying not to do this? Let me try it. You know, so it's just. Yeah, it's on how you raise your kids, man. I don't think the community really has much to do with it.
What do you think we can do about firearms?
That's a controversial subject. You know, it's something that there's two sides to it. People the sides that doesn't want to illegalize it is because they want to have the protection on them, just in case somebody else tries to come, you know, try to come up to them, try to hurt them or something. They want to have the protection on them. So it's like, I think it goes both ways, you know, because I was reading something that my teacher gave me about gun control. It's all about protecting yourself. That's why everybody's worried about just protecting yourself, but I was reading this thing where it says if they illegalize it, only like police officers or people who needs to have, like police officers should have access to firearms. And one of my essays, I said that there should just be a mass search to every house in the city, trying to find weapons that are supposed to be there, you know. But like no matter what they do, there will always be access. People will find access to it, so that's how they put it.
Alright. Well, that's it, Stevens. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Alright, good luck with this project.
Yeah, the weapons encourage people to commit crimes.
It does, because the fact that people could afford them, it's like, can you imagine like you want to afford a gun and then you could like go buy one? Like, you should be at least like a police officer, a statey, or like an FBI to like have access with a gun. But for a normal person to get a gun, of course, you know, that's like you're just asking for death. Like,
I mean, some people like to hunt, you know,
hunt who?
Kill deers.
Deers?
I don't know.
You have a knife. You could get a BB gun. And that's like I'm not saying a BB gun is safe, but It's better than getting a real gun. And then, you don't know how people are. You don't know how they react. Like, that's just how I feel about it. So, yeah.
All right, my man Rick. Question number 2. Do you think the community plays a part in crime?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think some communities it's not safe. So, like Roxbury, Dorchester, man, that's a no-no. can't be living there. Can't be living there. But yeah, I think it plays a big part.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's my answer.
All right, Rick. Thank you for your time.
All right, no problem.
All right. Do you think community plays a part in crime?
I do. I believe that people can sometimes be a product of their environment. So if all you see is violence, if all you see are shootings or bad influences, I believe as an individual, you can yield or fall into that pattern of thinking. And so as a result, people can succumb to that type of lifestyle.
Yep, that is true.
Is that good?
Yep. All right. Question number 2. Does having access to weapons encourage people to commit crimes?
Absolutely. If the weapon is not there, then a person may not commit crimes with weapons. Okay, not that they can't commit crimes without weapons. If the candy is not there, the kid won't be tempted to steal it.
That makes sense. Yes.
So oftentimes, if something is available or if someone has access to it and they're responding out of immediate emotion because somebody did something to them, there's a likelihood that they will go and grab that weapon and use it versus not having it there and maybe kicking or doing some other type of way of violence, but thinking about it maybe even before they go ahead and take action. So
that's true.
All right?
Yeah. Good responses. Thank you for your Do you think community plays a part in crime?
Yes. What I mean by yes is that different gangs that live in that community lead people to have beef, especially the one that represents the streets. So really, it's not the community that lead the crime. It's the people that live in the community.
All right. Question number 2. Does having access to weapons encourage people to commit crimes?
Yes. Having weapons does encourage a lot of people to commit crime in certain communities, especially the teenagers. The hustlers, they need that gun in order for them to protect themselves on the street. And if they have problems on the street, and that gun really motivates them to go out there and do whatever. Yes, having a gun does motivate a lot of young men out there to kill one another.
Yes.
I mean, race, I don't think really race have much to do with it. I don't think race have much to do with it, but in general, young teenagers in the 17 and up to their 20s or to the late 20s, Haitian Ralph.
He plays a part in crime.
Yeah.
I answered for you guys.
So I guess we explain our answer. Yeah. She lives in Roxbury.
Yeah, a lot of youth now is going into the whole street and gang violence type thing, and been there, done that, walked out.
I think if you grow up in a place with a high crime rate, it's easy to fall into it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, because you see the examples from like other people, and I mean, they're not setting a good example for you, and you're just like, well, it's easier for me, that kind of thing. I mean, I guess it's just easier to follow that lifestyle for top
Alright, question number 2. Does having access to weapons encourage people to commit crime?
I don't think it really encourages
I mean, I still, you can have a weapon all you want. That's totally cool with me. I mean, just as long as you use it properly and don't